If you see that a rider has crashed, you need to follow a number of steps to establish whether a concussion has occurred. Most often, it's a staff member who is the first on the scene of a race incident, like a mechanic. Once the staff member arrives at the scene, the first step is to check for any observable signs. If the rider is not moving or having involuntary contractions, then the staff member calls the race doctor. The rider must be withdrawn from the race. If the rider is conscious and gets up, then the staff member can begin the next check. However, if he looks very sick and is vomiting, then the race doctor must be called, and the rider should be withdrawn from the race. Make sure to look for signs of nausea, weakness of arms or legs, and conduct a balance assessment. If the staff member finds at least 2 concussion symptoms, then the race doctor must be called, and the rider should be withdrawn from the race. Even if the staff member finds no concussion symptoms, but notices a broken or cracked helmet, the rider should undergo a medical assessment consistent with the SCAT-5 procedure after the race. If the staff member detects no concussion symptoms during this first line of questions and the motor assessment, then the rider may rejoin the peloton. The staff member can then commence the on-road assessment. If the staff member notices that the rider is struggling to balance or isn't cycling in a straight line, then the race doctor must be called. The race doctor will then decide if the riders should be withdrawn from the race. If the rider doesn't have any problems with their balance, then the staff member can move on to the 4th check. The 4th check consists of asking adapted Maddox questions. In the event that the rider responds correctly to the questions, they may proceed to continue the race. If the rider doesn't know which race he is in, or answers at least 3 other questions incorrectly, they must be withdrawn from the race. Immediately after the rider crosses the finish line, a staff member must take them to the race medical office or the team doctor for further assessment in a calm environment without noise. The SCAT-5 medical examination must be repeated the following morning, and ideally for the next 2 days after the incident. If the diagnosis is confirmed, the rider will be banned from competition for at least 8 days to allow the brain to recover. Any case of concussion must be officially declared to the UCI Medical Service.